Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabeni, your favorite broker, still in quarantine. I wanted to give you guys a quick market update. It's not really data driven, it's more my opinion and things that I have been seeing in the market based on COVID-19 hitting us. I just want to back it up very quickly to September, October of 2019. This was a time where we really started to see multiple offers come back and a lot of them. Up until I would say beginning of March, we were consistently seeing like everything going in multiple offers, sold in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Like it was going to be sold if it was on the market. Our inventory was very low and things were moving very, very, very quickly. But what ended up happening was that about middle of March, we really saw a significant drop in the amount of transactions that were happening. So if we looked at it, I think the number that was put out there by the Toronto Real Estate Board was about 70% reduction in number of transactions. One thing I want to point out is that we never actually saw a huge decrease in pricing from everything that I have been looking at. The main reason for something like this is that inventory really holds like tight at about around 11,000 listings available for sale throughout the Toronto Real Estate Board. So it would have been, 10.8 or 11.2, somewhere in that range, but on average we were sitting somewhere around 11,000 listings available for sale. And again, to kind of just bring it back into context, why we didn't see the pricing really take a hit so far anyways is when we look at a situation that occurred in like 2017, when the market really came down, what happened was that the inventory went sky high. First, we were in a position where we had, 5,000 listings available for sale. And in a very short period of time, we have 21,000 listings available for sale. So that really caused the prices to go down. What we've seen here, like I said, is inventory is kind of stayed stable around that 11,000. As long as we don't see it spike up too much, I think that the pricing will still hold steady at where it is. So we really haven't seen a huge decrease in price. That said, there has been some movement for buyers as well. So there is one particular situation where I worked with a client. He's a younger guy. He approached me maybe in February and he was trying to get some things together. He's been saving up for a while. He met with me at my office and he kind of wanted to know about the buying process and how to go about it. We had a little meeting, gave him some information, and then he was watching the market on his own as well. And he approached me with a couple of units that he may have been interested in one of the new condo buildings in Pickering. And we looked at these units. So the way we actually did it was that we never actually went inside any owner-occupied units. We did, however, go to see 2 units that were vacant, and there was a 3rd unit that was tenant-occupied, which we didn't go inside of. But what ended up happening was that this buyer actually ended up buying the unit without looking at it. So this was a tenant-occupied unit. He ended up buying it, and in my opinion, he got a really, really good deal on it. So what he had to rely on was the pictures that were taken, a video that was done by the existing tenant, and looking at the floor plan. There is some level of uncertainty probably buying a product like that. It's a very expensive investment. So to buy something like that without looking, touching, feeling is a hard call. But we have to really break it down. So this building has been occupied for about 3 months. There is about 260 units, I believe, in this building, and everyone bought those units without even looking or even having an opportunity to walk into a lobby. They bought all on spec and rendering. So I think that kind of added a little bit of a comfort level of saying, hey, the building's only 3 months, and all the owners in this building have bought based on the same thing. We ended up probably securing this property, I would say, at least around $30,000 less than what it probably would have traded for. And if we were kind of going in the same direction we were in like January, February, and in beginning of March, this property would have probably been like $50,000 more than what he paid for at this point right now. So there were some buyer opportunities in there at the same time, but for the most part, there have been prices that has held steady. We haven't seen a huge decrease in things. That kind of leads me to of where I think this is gonna go. Nobody really knows. It seems like the provincial government is considering and starting to put action plan into place, including the federal government, of starting to ease some of the restrictions that have been in place. I think that we're probably gonna see some easement in this as the federal and provincial government talks about this. What I have noticed is that the number of showings, the activity has already gone up. In the last 7 to 10 days, it's gone up a lot. I would say throughout our brokerage, we've probably seen about a 50% increase in the number of showings that have been booked. So this is clearly a good sign. Other thing I think is that there have been people, and it's very typical for like a spring season, where there are people that are looking to sell their house and get into a new home, but not disturb the kids' school year. I think that there have been people that have kind of pushed off this listing and buying decision up until they possibly can. And I think that now that we're starting to hear some good news about things being under control, I think these people are starting to come out. It's only my guess and my opinion, but I think that over the next few weeks, we're probably going to see the restrictions start to being lifted off. Not completely, I would say, but I think it's going to get a little bit easier. And then I think we're going to see more people come into the market. We're already talking to people that want to list their properties and buyers that still want to buy real estate. So I think we're probably going to see a lot more of this start to increase. On my side with my clients, what I've been doing is right from the beginning of all of this, we've been carrying a lot of hand sanitizer and gloves in any house that we go into. I bought these disposable gloves. I know it's probably not the best thing for the environment, but I'd say in this case, your health and safety will come first. We'd wear a brand new pair before we enter any house, and we'd dispose of them right after coming out of the house. So we don't want any cross-contamination with the gloves. Another thing that I have on order, which I should be receiving in the next day or two, is actual masks. So I've bought a bulk of these masks, and I think that this is going to be very safe for us to go into homes. We're going to have gloves, sanitizer, and we're going to have face masks now to go into homes. I really think that things are going to start to pick up, probably start to see a spike in transactions, more so a spike in transactions, as long as this whole COVID-19 thing stays under control. That's the kind of the update I have for you. In the meantime, if you guys have questions about, anything else related to the real estate market and how COVID-19 has affected it, or even getting detailed plans on how we're going to move forward with conducting business, feel free to contact me, DM me, send me a text, leave me a comment. I'll be happy to get back to you guys. Until we talk next, I need you guys to remember one thing. Get Cabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.